The influence of breastfeeding support on mothers. Just for this presentation, I'm going to keep it in this mode rather than present mode, just so I can scroll down and show the rest of the presentation. In nursing, we may face different patients, and sometimes the patients we face may be a maternity patient. Because of this, we as nurses must be proficient in caring for all patients, including maternity. Support systems for patients vary from personal to professional. Regardless of the support system, there is a need for learning. The support system correlates with the successful breastfeeding outcomes. With that being said, the PICOT question was then developed for this. In newborn breastfeeding mothers, how do those who receive support compare to those who receive no support affect how successful they breastfeed? In order to get a full understanding of this topic, strategic steps were taken to research the PICOT question. Using SynHall, the search engine, research studies only written by nurses in the last 5 years were used. After more than 30 articles reviewed, only 4 were chosen, and that's because they best represented and supported the PICOT question. The first study was a qualitative study, and it was about 10 participants. It was 10 participants conducted through a series of interviews. The study directly supported the PICOT question because it looked at the family support systems and it compared how family support systems correlated with breastfeeding. Out of the 10 participants, only 1 participant did not breastfeed, and there was only 1 participant who did not have family support while breastfeeding, which we will discuss in the results, but shows a correlation. The second was a qualitative study, which also utilized interviews to retrieve data. This study focused more on professional support of the participants, and professional as in nurses. The data revealed there was a negative impact in adolescent mothers, but there was also a lack of nursing support postpartum after these participants were giving birth to their infants, and they all breastfed for less than 3 months. The third study was a quantitative study, and it utilized scales and questionnaires. This study, to conduct the research, the study used participants and had a control and an intervention group, and the participants were the participants were then reviewed on which ones were educated and which ones were not on breastfeeding. When the participants that were educated showed that they had higher self-efficacy scores and therefore were shown to have a better outcome of breastfeeding. The last study was also a qualitative study, and it followed a similar form of methods such as the previous qualitative studies, where it used the interviews as a series of interviews to conduct their study. The study directly looked at support systems and their impact on breastfeeding mothers. The study revealed a better impact from professional support rather than personal support. Personal support is like your mothers, your grandparents, your family. Professional, again, is nurses, medical staff, anyone in the interdisciplinary team that is working with you after you give birth. The data from these studies all showed a correlation between support systems and breastfeeding. In example 1, all but 1 participant breastfed and only 1 had no family support. In study 2, all participants lacked nursing support and therefore all breastfed for less than 3 months. In study 3, educational support revealed to positively impact breastfeeding participants. And in study 4, support positively influenced breastfeeding. Only professional support better influenced the participants than the personal support. In future practice, the information provided can be used when working with maternity patients and new mothers when they breastfeed. The information found in this can be used in future studies regarding support systems and breastfeeding. Further information investigating support systems and breastfeeding should be conducted to better describe what is taking place during the support to positively influence breastfeeding mothers. Thank you.